Welcome to the Impactful Engineer Project. I'm Steve Maxey, and with my co-host and brother Jake, we are here to bring you guidance, fresh ideas, and the tools to help you become an impactful engineer.
Let's talk about communication again and updates and stuff like that, because you're driving your customers and clients freaking bananas with the non-updates, miscommunications, all that stuff. Let's dive into that.
And we can turn it around and say, how can you do your part to solicit better communication?
I think that's a great two-punch topic episode. We're rolling right now. This is the episode. What do we want to do? We want to do, we got our 3 episode types.
Yep.
One's me and Steve. This is it. We talk about stuff.
That's
hopefully
important.
It helps. And hopefully you do something with it, that's, or not. That's cool. We're going to do this forever. And it just doesn't, but we like doing this, right, Steve?
Oh, we love it.
like
but our goal is to inspire some action, right? Let's make changes.
And underneath that, I know it's going to happen, so that's why I can be so laissez-faire with it,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
but it'll happen, so who cares, right? So, yeah, I do care.
Yeah.
I'm big on not worrying until I need to worry, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to worry about the show reaching people, because it is, and it will. So why?
It continues to do so, and we know that because we
does.
hear from people all over the country now. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's freaking cool. And hearing from people is the best indicator, but then even just looking at the numbers, and it's like there's a clear new baseline, in this quarter of 2025.
Yeah, and
we don't dip below it.
And that helps by sharing the show, right? I mean, people are sharing it.
And that means people are sharing it.
And we're getting more reviews, which is awesome. So keep doing that. Giving 5-star reviews, it's like one click in some apps. Leaving a text review is even better because it gives a little insight into the show for other people. And we thank everyone who's done that so far, because it does help.
Oh, yeah. And episode type 2, every once in a while, either one of us will get on solo. We'll talk about something that we really are so excited about it. We can't just wait until we get together to talk about it, so we'll do it. Or, when I'm covering Steve when he's gallivanting across the globe.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. The third episode type is the guest episodes, which I think are actually, people can let us know in reviews or whatever, reach out to us, but I think the guest episodes are some high impact discussions, and I think people really like that. The numbers say so too.
Yeah, but, I feel I learn just as much as our listeners when we have guest episodes.
And that's the whole key, Steve.
I know. It's amazing.
Continuous learning.
Yeah.
That's part of what, reason 10,327 we do the show. Because there's so many benefits. All right. So those are 3 episode types. We know what we're talking about. Let's roll. So this, and why it's on top of my mind this week, is because it happens. And it's actively happening this week for me in my business. So just the nature of business, of course. But there are things that can be greatly improved. And I'll kind of paint the picture so that maybe you can start thinking about what you're doing to your clients and your vendors and what they do to you. But first, it's about you taking control to make sure you don't do it to them. And then the reciprocity will come. Reciprocation is huge in this world. And as being a human being, it's just the way it is. So you start it, it'll return to you for sure. But for me, for example, working on a project and we have a deliverable and we're doing great, of course, and we're on time. But when the set standard for the communication cadence is then dropped or missed, there's only one thing you can do, and that is wonder why and insert whatever your brain comes up with issue that could be happening, or we're going to miss, or I'm not going to have time to do these things. Right. So, and as calm and collected and not worrisome as I think I am, when things like that happen, thoughts creep in and then you start wondering why. Yeah. And it's like, dude, you need to update me now. And so you're doing that to your clients too if you're not communicating on a regular basis. And it's as simple as, hey, usually we're at this cadence and I'm done by now, but it's taking me a little longer. I'm just checking in. You'll have it by this time. What do you think? Instead of just nothing. This goes back to the ghosting that we talked about before too, Steve. But
yeah, I mean, I think that anxiety is just completely driven by uncertainty and inaction.
Yep.
Right? Like those are the two drivers of that anxiety. You don't know what's going on. You don't know when you're going to get an update. You don't know how far along someone's gotten on a project. And you feel that the project's not moving forward at all. Even it could be 95% complete and everything's going to be great. But because you don't know, you're having all the questions run through your head and you're like, crap, should I just start doing it myself? And then, but what if I'm going to be duplicating efforts and then I'm wasting my time and blah, 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 and it just piles on.
Oh, and I have this other thing that I promised in parallel with this because I knew that was going to be taken care of. And then we were going to check in.
What's the priority?
Oh no. And then it's snowballing. And then it's like, okay, we got to make some hard decisions. You just want to limit the creation of that friction.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were talking, Steve, I was thinking in my head, I always kind of just go to the other side or like think that what if someone thinks this is a complete non-issue? Oh, so people over communicate and all these damn status updates, just do the job and get it done. I could hear maybe, some people saying that. And it's like, okay, put yourself in, let me back up. I have spoken to about, and I'm roughly guesstimating here, probably 75 architects, either in person or on the phone, and then like hundreds more email, okay, as I started my business. Everyone that I was able to catch on the phone, I asked them, what are the two most painful things you deal with your engineering consultants? Just want to know so that I can put my effort into something to clear out that pain.
Right?
Yeah. And I preface it with, hey, let's be real. Don't give me the quick 1-2 answer that you always give. Like, let's dig. Like, what is it actually that would make your life just a little bit easier? And I frame it as if you could wave a magic wand and this thing that you don't like about your MEP consultants disappeared forever and was always right, what would it be? And you want to know what one of the most common responses was?
Communication.
Timely participation and updates so that I know the job's getting done. So these are facts. I have done the groundwork to actually ask these questions, and I'll continue to ask tons of questions and collect data because data is king so that I know where to put my effort. So in our NLS execution standards in my company includes time limits for responses to emails, time limits for turnarounds on submittals, time limits for critical path items and communication, weekly updates. That's how we operate because I know as soon as they read it, they're going to go, wow, somehow they know that pain point. Okay, great. And they don't do that. They do these things to help. Right. So I want to clear that too. Like, this is actually a real thing. Just in case you were doubting.
Yeah. And before you move on from that, this applies across every engineering industry.
Of course it does.
So I don't want someone to be like, oh, that doesn't apply to me. It's like, yes, it does.
Well, that's just you and your architects in your area. And I don't know what they're smoking. Yeah, this is pretty universal. All right. I was just trying to like bring some facts into the conversation.
Well, you have specific examples. That's why.
Yeah. I want to bring some examples. Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess the whole point is you could be doing this to your clients and driving them crazy and they may not even say anything. They may hold it for like some sort of opportunities for improvement discussion or a survey or something, but it's there. And if you allow it to balloon, then that's just one additional thing that's fighting against you.
I mean, I would just err on over communicating and then let them tell you like, hey, you could dial that back just a little bit. Like, okay, no problem. And then dial it back a little bit. But don't go in assuming that it's obnoxious and annoying. Just go in and be like, hey, I want to make sure that you know where I'm at on this project, and let them tell you to dial it back.
Yeah. And even if they don't appreciate it at the time or say confidently that, yeah, that would be great for us. They just kind of go, yeah, okay, sure. They will see the benefit as you move through, like, oh, that is the solution to that. Oh, I do usually feel this way when people disappear, things like that. So I wouldn't let the first impression, like, have you make a decision that you're not going to communicate, quote unquote, too much, right? And clearly, use your brain, folks. Like,
Yeah, I know. Not every 5
there's
minutes.
things you don't need to update people on. That's okay. This is just a general overall improvement, a strategy to improve. Because the more that your clients can see you as someone who solves problems and alleviates their stress, effort, all the things on the bottom of that, on the denominator of that value equation, Steve, the more you can minimize all of those things, with the numerator being, your best service, and they get their desired outcome and everything works out great. The more you can minimize that denominator, the bigger your value is going to be. Okay. So that's how I think about it. That's what I learned from a very smart business person. So, and it's working really well for me. So I'll tell you that right now.
So let's flip this around.
What else? Yeah, Steve.
Yeah. Well, let's flip this around, Mr. Jacob. What if you are the one not getting the updates that you want, and you have the anxiety building up, dwelling inside of you, and it's about to explode because you have no idea what's going on with the project that you're expecting from someone? I mean, that's a question for you. Like
have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Which I do. And if that person listens to this episode, they'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now, I always have a backup plan. But other than that, take action immediately to resolve it. So, it happened to me this week, and I'm just like, all right, this sucks, and I'm just going to email and call and follow up with a call everyone that is associated with this service until I get an answer.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting there and worrying about it,
I'd like to.
And then,
oh, good.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I was just going to jump in just a little bit for some of the preemptive work you can do. You can lay out the expectations. You can be like, hey, I would like to have an update daily by such and such time on your progress. And setting that standard ahead of time lets them know that the expectations, and so when they don't meet the expectations, then it's a little easier to hold them accountable. If you don't set expectations early on, and you are waiting that extra day and they don't respond or whatever, then it's a little harder to hold them accountable for that miss, right? Because maybe in their other roles or other customers, that's fine. They only update once a week, but because you want more timely updates or shorter intervals between those updates, you need to set that standard. Now, I'm not just saying you specifically, just you, the listener, or whoever is trying to receive updates.
But you could talk to me too. I make mistakes.
Yeah, maybe, but but also, and we talked about this earlier, but sometimes you have to over-explain your expectations as well, right? You have
multiple times.
Yes, you have to track things very overzealously. I don't know if this is the right word, but
and don't give up on it either.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't convince yourself because you can't get it to work that it doesn't need repeating and effort. Yep. I think that's a big pitfall for me for a while too. I was like, oh, it's got to be this way, and it's super important, and then all of a sudden it doesn't, and you don't really see the thing like shake out like that it's a really big deal, but over time it will be, and there's a reason you thought it was important. You need to keep re-emphasizing and reinforcing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
don't give up on it.
And if your system for tracking projects is not working, change it.
Yeah,
it's obviously it's not working with that particular service or
you're like,
vendor.
Obvious, but you would think it is, but most people give up on it.
Yeah. They either give up or they try to force their methodology onto that vendor, right? Like, no, you have to do it this way.
Beating your head against the wall. Yeah.
And you're just mountains of resistance.
Yeah, certainly don't give up. One thing before I forget it, and I almost did. So back to my reaching out to everybody and to get the answer. It's like, I want the answer, so I'm going to go get it. No, I don't have to be an asshole about it. I have to be fast, smooth, and upfront and factual. And then once you get the answer, you can then make your decisions. It's like, oh, okay, cool. In an hour, we'll have that. They have been doing it. They just didn't update me. Okay, cool. It's set. Here's where people think, oh, so it wasn't a big deal. It didn't turn out to be a big deal. So next time I'm not going to do that. Wrong. Reinforce the protocol. Reset the standard. Yes, it wasn't a big deal, but that's not an excuse for why the standard was not upheld. It must and it shall be done. So we re-upped. Agreed. Yes, that was the standard. I missed the standard. Next time it will be upheld. Perfect. That's all I want. This isn't a you screwed up. This isn't a I'm all pissed off. And this isn't an emotional thing at all. It's we missed the standard. Now we shall do the standard next time. And I needed the update, so I chased you down, kicked down the door to get the answer. We're good. It's all good. We just do it next time we do the standard. I think a lot of people get so, and me included, for a very long time, get so emotionally invested in it, and it's this blow up thing. And you don't need to blow up. You just need to do.
Yeah.
Just take the action. That's it.
Yeah, because people take it personally, right? And this is not a personal matter. It's
Nope.
It's just the reality of what needs to be done.
Correct. The serve, you can use analogies for everything. It's like the serve went right and it was meant to go left, and then you had to go the other way that you didn't think you were going, and then do the backhand and hit it back over the net. Like, you're just playing the game. Just because it doesn't go exactly the way you wanted it to go doesn't mean that you get to stop and be frustrated. And no, you just play. Just play. Right? And some results are more damaging than others. But and then it's like, shit, would I have wanted it to go better than that? Yeah. Did it? No.
Yeah.
How do we go forward?
That's why you keep doing it more and more.
And then you keep going. And then you'll see the patterns and you'll start recognizing it. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Communication, buddy.
Communication. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that pretty much summarizes it, but
bottom line, try through your actions to not contribute to the person on the other side being left in the dark, frustrated, needing answers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then when it doesn't work out the way that you set the expectation, like you were talking about, Steve, which is a really good idea. Don't get frustrated and don't blame people and don't get all flustered and mad. Just get the answer that you need, reinforce the standard, try it again.
Yeah. And do a lessons learned. Like, okay, why did this break down? Why did it not work? Okay, let's identify these things and make some corrections and implement. And
don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
And do it fast. Doing lessons learned slowly and convening, and next week we're all going to get together, and it's just, no. It all has passed at that point.
It takes 15
it's
seconds.
It's up to you, the leader, the person that is going to lead without the title, your leadership without authority. You're going to just take it and you're going to improve and you're going to show people the improvement, and they'll pick up on it too.
Yep.
There is a place for gathering the troops, setting a meeting, and doing stuff, but a lot of it should just be done in real time, man. Just get better and better.
Yeah, the gathering the troops lessons learned, that's after the project is completed, because then you can do a holistic view of the entire project and where did we fall short in the entire thing and where did we win. Let's keep doing the things that provided the winning results, and let's make some corrections on the losing results.
Yeah, and here's a thing, a landmine to stay away from, which I of course stepped right on, is getting super detailed and dragging people through the mud. Man, I've done that a couple times, and I look back on it and I just laugh. I'm like, what we were never going to accomplish anything in these little meetings that I put together to give people tips and tell them all these little detailed things. It's like, that doesn't work. That does not work. What as a whole went wrong? What can we all improve on? And then ask them to give you suggestions about what can be done in the future to avoid things. Like, I don't know. I call it dragging people through the mud, and I don't like it, and so I should have done it to other people, and I did. And so that's one thing to look out for.
Oh yeah. All right. So if you learned something today or think someone else needs to hear this point of view, please share the show. It's the best way we can grow this podcast and continue to create value and impact for the engineering community.